Awesome.
Yo, is it weird that I've gotten so used to my mouse disappearing that I can kind of predict where it is without seeing it?
No, I've got that too. Yeah, that calibration in your mind. But yeah.
You can kind of, if it was gone, I could click on shit.
Yeah. It's bad that happened, but it's not weird that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you're just a gamer, bro.
Guys started to just change the aspect ratio of my entire computer monitor.
Yo, get fucked.
What the fuck?
You're welcome, idiot.
Just changed it to like 240p.
Enjoy. Enjoy, dude.
That's a gift for
It's
you.
your life.
Lo.
It's your life now.
Yeah. And don't you dare think about changing it.
It changed by itself. Where's my mouse?
Yeah, no, I'm saying don't try and change it back. You're gonna learn today.
I played Starfield once and it changed my background to a black screen, like my wallpaper, and it just never. I can't change it back now. It broke my fucking PC, dude. I don't know what happened.
Wait, get set up.
What the fuck just happened?
What's this doing here?
This motherfucker just said, "Oh, Omaiwa Mo," like teleports behind you. Like, what the fuck just happened, bro?
It's fucking amazing.
Oh. Ow.
Wow. That looks like a real problem for you guys. Ah, fuck. All right, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Like a real problem for you.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
The fastest piece of karma.
Have fun.
Son of a bitch. What the fuck is happening? Guys,
I put a panda. You've been separated.
Guys, he's running off and he's flying away. He's returning to his people. I can't.
What?
I can't do anything about this. What the? What the fuck?
Where is he?
He's up in the fucking sky. I don't have. I need one more teleport actually. All right, so if I go here, I can go. Wait, I can actually do my dailies because I was considering doing the dynamite in addition, right? Because it's just an extra 60k or whatever. But you have to go here, and then Inferno, and then you go north and you talk to this guy, and he just hands you 60,000 gold, just like that. Bam. Well, it's closer to 50,000, I guess, but whatever. But yeah, that's like 11 mil an hour. Just so you know, like if you're like, damn, I could use some extra money in my life, and you finish your diaries, 11 mil an hour once a day. Just throwing that out. What about looking a gift horse in the mouth?
He would love. He'd look at my gift horse right in the mouth.
What do you mean?
I think you know what I mean.
No, I really don't.
It's my ass.
Oh.
The horse's mouth is my ass in this analogy.
This is a really confusing. Guess we need another one of these. Looking for someone genuine. Jesus Christ.
What? Oh, what? Oh, I used to find Bayonetta attractive until I realized she was made of hair. I'm like,
She's not made of hair. She's just wearing
outfit
hair.
it. Yeah, that's enough for me to be like, nah, dude. Skin tight latex, I can get behind, dude. The fucking hair, nah, dude. Nah.
Skin tight latex to me is more weird somehow.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. Like
Than hair.
Like, well, because hair is just really cloth, really, ultimately. It's not that.
It's human hair.
It's like, but like, how different is human hair than wool, brother? It's like not that different, bro.
I'm not into wool either.
You see somebody in a wool sweater, and you're like, oh,
Like,
man, oh.
Yeah, dude.
Whatever, dude. I don't know.
Get away from me, freak. You got fluffy boots on, dude? What are they made out of? I'm out.
Oh my fucking
nah, not
god,
that crazy.
dude. Oh my god, dude. So long, but it's fine. We're just gonna keep going. He's a self-made VTuber, which is to say he's made his model literally from the ground completely up. You totally missed that, and everyone saw it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone. Koya says, if your
dick
dick can smash boulders, you terrify me. Then I
I'd run-
terrify you.
Yeah, I'd run from Panda.
Oh, you're
Like that
running.
Indiana
Oh, you're running.
Indi-
Look at you go.
Dude, that Indiana Jones scene, Panda would just turn around and just fucking break it, though. He wouldn't even need a grab start.
running.
Yeah.
Barking like a dog for you is like explicitly a sexual phrase. Like that's like explicitly sexual. I don't think that there's a context that you can say bark like a dog for me without it being like a sexual domination thing. That's just not possible in English. It's just not possible.
You're at the dog trainer without your dog, and he goes, "How's he been barking? Can you bark like your dog for me?" And then there you go. That's not sexual. Then he puts his hand on his dick.
Yeah, no shit. Nay, Blue says, on my life, my internet is so ass. That's unfortunate.
You get abducted by aliens. You get onto the topic of talking about dogs. They say, "What does it sound like?" And you say, "Oh, it's kind of like a bark." And they go, "Can you bark like a dog for me?" And then you do it, and they put their hand on the dick.
VHS tapes are the fucking 90s and 80s equivalent of DVDs, which are the 2000s equivalent of Blu-ray discs, I guess. Which you would watch a movie on if you had physical media instead of streaming it. Which is the 2010s equivalent of watching a movie on Netflix. Oh my god. All right, we got there. It's fine. What's your favorite fair food? Do you have fairs over there? Or is that just like life for you? Beatrice says, oh, I just wanted to shitpost about what I was doing. Savage, you can get it too.
I'm just fuck my mom, honestly. I don't want to get it, bro. That makes me way more uncomfortable.
Savage, you can get it too is crazy. Crazy, bro.
Can you just do my mom twice as hard? That's fine, dude. I'm gonna double it and go to the next guy.
Bitch just says, but it was funny. Double it and give it to the next guy is so good. What the fuck?
That was funny, Beatrice.
Jesus Christ. I don't know how to make a clip out of that, but we're gonna try. Yo, what up? It's your boy, that Daft Punk Panda. We're gonna be playing some Skyrim today, but not yet. Not yet at all. I'm gonna be so fucking real. Today is food day. We're gonna do a food review today. We're gonna review the fucking chicken daivan that I made. That's objective 1 for today's stream. It's almost ready. It's not completely ready, but it's almost ready. And while I could simply just wait to eat it, that seems pretty silly. At the very least, I need to like dress it. You know what I mean? Like I need to like store it safely for another time. So that's where we're at right now. Agatas, is this show food? I fully don't intend to do that. Like I fully have zero intention of showing you the chicken daivan that I made. Zero says, do we get a picture of the finished project? Probably not. No. like fully zero intention of doing that. Could I? Probably. Yeah, definitely I can. Will I? Almost definitely not. I don't see any reason to do that. Oh wait, I read that already. Zero got warned about it at 18. No streaming 18 plus. Agatas says, this stream is Christian friendly. I mean, sure. In the same way that we're friendly to every newcomer, if that makes sense, which is like not extremely friendly. Agatas, this is one day we get the immersion break. Maybe. The hole in my finger is almost gone. It's still there a little bit. You can tell that there was a hole, but it's not like an active hole anymore. You know what I mean? There's like bits. It's like covered, but there's still like a circle. You know what I mean? It's very clear that there was a problem at some point. Like imagine if you dug a hole in the ground and then you filled the hole in the ground with the dirt that you got from the hole. Like there was very clearly a hole there. Akadas says, how are you, Panda? I'm doing okay. Things are fine, I guess. Zero says, turns out he's actually eating nothing and we were all bamboozled. Wow. What a ruse. What a trick that would be. Zero says, wonder if you could have stripped your fingerprints off with them chemicals. I definitely did where the flesh was gone. There's no fingerprints where the circle, the hole is right now. They'll come back though, I think. I'm pretty sure they come back. And if not, it's just a section. It's all right. Like if ever I do a murder or whatever and the police had a prior record of my fingerprints, one of them won't match. But it'll be pretty conspicuous as to why, because there'll be like a splotch of missing fingerprint. Hey, Kolya. Zero says, when I was working as a mechanic, I had to update my phone fingerprints twice a month because my fingerprints kept getting new scars and burns. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I haven't had any problems. I don't use my fingerprint for anything like that though. That would be the only thing in my life that could be a use case for it, but I just use a code every time to unlock my phone and stuff. It's easier for me that way. Plus that code is like built into my fucking DNA. I use the same code for both of my computers and for my phone, so like when I interact with the device, I use the same code. You know, it's just part of my muscle memory almost. I actually consciously don't remember what the code is sometimes. I just like when I get into this position where I'm unlocking the device or whatever, it just comes to me naturally. Pika says, just open your phone with your laser eyes. Once again, just making shit up. Hey, Saku, how's it going? That's just fully not a thing. It's totally not a thing. So yeah, we're gonna be playing Skyrim today, but not yet. I'm actually gonna go check on the casserole now. So I will be right back. Should I put some text on the screen so that people know? I mean, you all know that that's what I'm gonna do, but just in case somebody shows up and is like, where the fuck eating stream. Sure, that's fine. Wait, opacity. Wait, that's correct. Background color. That's what I want. Yeah. There you go. We're gonna be eating this stream. For the start of stream at least. So this is just install the phone into your robot arm so you don't need to unlock it. What? Like just interface my body with the, I wouldn't need the phone at all if that's the case. Like if I have that kind of compatibility, I am the phone. I no longer need the phone. Chef says I use a code, fingerprint, or face scan for my phone. I feel like you missed the second half of that sentence. Fingerprint or face scan for my phone is something. If you use a code, then you don't use the other things. So like, I don't know what, that was like half of a sentence for sure at the end. Pika says, where's my spit on my mommy? Analyze my saliva to unlock my iPhones. What? First of all, you wouldn't even want your saliva to be the thing that identifies your like personality, like your personness, because that means that every time you eat, it's fucked. And every time you brush your teeth, it's fucked. Like the only time it would work is when you're fucking an hour removed from meals or whatever. It's like, what? Just, if it wasn't for like the degenerate implications and like the sanity implications, it still wouldn't fucking work. It's like 4 ways fucked completely. Zero says, put a chef on your PNG model so we know you're cooking. I don't have a chef hat. So I'm not gonna do that. Zero says, so you use all 3 security measures? Maybe that's what he means. I don't know. I don't understand it. So there's a scrotum scan to unlock your phone. Rip if your screen's cracked. What? Those 2 things are probably not related. Maybe you're talking about the saliva being bad for your screen being cracked, and that sort of makes sense. But I don't think that your scrotum looks super consistent either, to be honest. Well, because first of all, it's weather dependent. Like, the thing that you want for an unlock is for something that is consistent. Like, I don't know how to explain this to you guys, but like, think about it for even a moment. If it's not 100% the same all the time, then you don't want to use it to unlock your phone, guys. Like, this is not complicated for you guys to be fucking it up this badly. Like, it's really not that complicated. Like, I can tell from a mile away that that's a bad fucking idea. Like, and I'm not a genius. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't crazy levels of critical thinking, guys. We can figure this out. Nika says, nah, it'll be like, this bitch ain't you. There's not enough monster energy in that spit. That would be the problem. Right? But if they retire the flavor of monster energy that you like, you're just locked out of your phone forever. Like, what the fuck? That's great job describing why it doesn't fucking work. Taku says, get the OSRS chef hat. I'm not, first of all, I'm not scrubbing for assets. Secondly, I'm not using other people's assets. So like, no, and no. Zero says, nah, if you gotta slide your nuts on the screen, it would suck to have the screen clap. Well, you don't, a scrotum scan would be with a picture, not you physically, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's not how it works. What do you mean? It's not how it works. And if it is a scan in the way that your fingerprints get scanned, you don't need to spread it across the screen like you're sliding a card through an e-reader. You would just set it on there, because that's what you do with your fingerprints. You don't rub your finger across your screen's phone, the phone of your screen, the screen of your phone. Fuck. You got me all fucked up. Like, how am I the only one thinking about this when you guys are coming up with ideas? Like, literally the most basic level, entry level thought. Like, I'm thinking about it for literally a 1/10 of a second, and I'm like, that's obviously not gonna fucking work because of this. And you guys are coming up with this shit? Like, do you think before you type, or is this like, you're not getting rewarded, all right, for how many bad ideas you come up with. That's not gonna happen, all right? I'm just gonna make fun of you for having a bad idea. Pika says, also, how do you unlock that in broad daylight? Just put it in your pants, dude. But you wouldn't do that either. It wouldn't work regardless. That's another reason why it's a bad idea. Because as Loki, imagine how it's like in the think tank in most board meetings. I doubt it. They're probably like 40 or 50 times as productive as this. There's no fucking way that these people are that fucking stupid. Like, I fully doubt that that's true. Like, most people pre-vet some kind of an idea. If you're in a room full of people, it takes a real Captain Jackass to be like, I've got a bad idea. Like, no, most people will think about what they say before they say it, I would say. I think that the filter in this Twitch chat is way below where it normally is, especially in a professional setting. God, I can only hope so. Because what if we took Kanye West and put him in Fortnite? So combining a successful brand or a formerly successful brand with a successful brand, that sounds like a much better idea than anything you've said today. Even post cancellation, it's still a much better idea than everything you've said today. Where was I? Chef says, yeah, and if one doesn't work, I can put in the code. Well, yeah, every phone gets the code, I think. Yeah. Zero says, he does that one song, Fortnite Balls, I'm Gay. I don't think he does, but maybe he does. Maybe I'm just not familiar with that song. Chef says, spread your legs and fly? That's not a very good way to fly, to be honest. I think there are some things that actually spread their legs when they fly, but very few. Alright, I'm gonna go check on my food. I'll be right back. Don't fucking explode, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna leave you with music for now. Should I change the text? Sure. Say checking food. Sure. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hello, greetings. Fuck, that's the wrong computer. Why do I have two of these things? Hello, it's me. What are we doing? We're not checking food. We're now eating food, I guess. What did I say before? Eating food. Perfect. Nailed it. That could just be right there. Yeah, sure. What did I miss? Nothing? Good. Zero says get the NFC chip installed into my nuts so I can slap them on the kiosk to pay. I wish I hadn't gone back and read whatever you had said. To be honest, I could have just not. You know what I mean? My life would have been so much more complete if I had just let that be in the past. But instead, I wanted to catch up with chat, and honestly, I was punished for it. So that's my own fault, I guess. Really. Pika says, you're so sassy today. I got hit with nothing but bad ideas from the very start of my stream, and you think it's a me problem? What the fuck? Brother, Zero says he's hangry. I am absolutely not. I normally don't eat before stream at all. That's not the case at all. If I came to you for like just over the course of your day, doesn't matter when, right? And I hit you with nothing but bad idea, the next thing out of my mouth, you should expect to be a bad idea. Chef says very hangry. All right. So like, I don't know. I'm not willing to let you guys gaslight me into thinking that I am the one who's off in any way whatsoever. You're getting exactly the same Panda you've always fucking gotten. You just came at me with a million bad ideas right at the jump, and I came back and had to read about fucking Zero's nutsack. Fuck are you talking about? This is not me. Copamine says, I feel like this is just normal Panda. 100%. 100% that is the case. What? You think I want to read about this guy's ball sack? Like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, what the? No, that's not me. It's not. It really, truly isn't. But like, fuck, whatever. Like, I'm gonna eat this fucking food because it's literally just in front of me. And every time I've ever tried to eat on stream, I always get too distracted and never actually eat anything. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We'll see. If I end up not being able to get through all of it or whatever, then we'll never do this again. And instead, I'll just fucking suffer, I guess, next time. But yeah, I didn't take a picture. Copamine says, I feel like it smells yummy. What's the food? It's chicken Daivan. I'll add that to that thing, since everybody wants to know. If you don't know what chicken Daivan is, you can look it up. That worked so well. Just chicken, I guess. No. There we go. I didn't get breadcrumbs for it. It probably would be better with breadcrumbs, to be honest. I'm locking this in so I don't get the red lines of shame. Zero says, I had some Taco Bell. They claim the lettuce issue is fixed. However, I'm preparing for death. Yeah, I don't know what the lettuce issue really was, except that people were complaining about it. But, like, I don't know. It's not uncommon for there to be problems with, like, lettuce and shit. For some reason, E. coli propagates in that shit, for example. Copamine says it's like chicken and broccoli casserole. Yeah, basically. Zero says, I've never made or eaten chicken Daivan. Yeah, I know about it from someone else making it for me, so I learned how to make it myself. Well, sort of. I like asked them for their recipe, and I mostly just use it as a template. It's much less a recipe as much as it's like a list of ingredients, and one of them is just like cheese. It's just like cheese and like no type of cheese listed, no amount of cheese, you know what I mean? It's just like just as much cheese as you think you should have, you know? So I very much like free ball. So I probably have never and probably will never make the same dish twice because I don't like measure anything or whatever. I just have like an idea of what it's supposed to be like. Akadasa says, I need some of that. Now this is content? That's crazy. Chef says, okay, guys, let's listen to Panda eat. I'm sorry, that was too much. I don't even think that you can hear me eat. Like, I don't think that there's gonna be like fucking ASMR noises or anything like that. I don't have the microphone for it. That I'm also like eating down there rather than like up into the microphone. My microphone's above everything. Like, I have to like look up in order to speak into the microphone. Chef says, I would be right there with you if I could get Taco Bell. People getting a stomach parasite from a manufacturer for certain fruits or vegetables. Zero says, a major lettuce provider's batch was tainted with a parasite. Yeah, but like that kind of stuff happens now and then. Like lettuce and spinach or whatever gets E. coli pretty regularly. I don't know if I would consider E. coli a parasite though. Isn't that like a bacteria instead? Well, I guess parasite is like an umbrella term. It could be bacteria or viruses, right? And it would still be a parasite? Something like that? I'm not sure. Dopamine says, I had Taco Bell yesterday and I'm just fine. Well, it would be like a regional thing and stuff like that, right? It's not like, well, it's possible, but it's very unlikely that every Taco Bell location gets every shipment. Like, if their provider that gives Taco Bell lettuce, right, exists in, say, Utah, it's probably California, right? Let's say it's in California. They're not going to ship that lettuce everywhere across the world all at the same time, right? They're going to ship it mostly to regional places because there's probably other places where they produce lettuce as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, like, supply chains don't work so that everything is homogenous. And it would also not happen all at the same time, probably. It would probably happen in waves as people start rotating in lettuce or whatever, right? Because the lettuce that they have on hand probably is fine. And that they will only switch from one to the next when it's either too old or when they run out, right? So very much could be like like you missed the window for any number of reasons. Like it could be worse later. Probably is done now because I've heard about this now for like a month or whatever. So it's probably like fully done. Just if not through like them cleaning or removing the parasite or whatever, just through like the actual wares being rotated out. You know what I mean? Like the lettuce is bad at this point, you know? It's like, it's literally just been too long to still have the same lettuce. Chef says, sounds like the recipe for me and because you're lactose intolerant. I don't know. It depends. I think it like, the idea is like cheese is supposed to be worse for the people who are lactose intolerant or something like that. I don't remember how it works exactly. Like making milk into cheese either concentrates the lactose or basically like denatures it or whatever and like reduces the amount of actual lactose in it. I don't remember which one it is though, but I remember there being something about that. This shit is hot. Chef says it wasn't E. coli, it was a parasite that was causing massive explosive water guts. I never said it was E. coli. I said it was like E. coli and that it's a similar kind of bacteria thing. So that's like a reading comprehension thing. Like media literacy, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't saying, oh, well, this problem that people are having must be specifically E. coli. That what a cold shot that would be. Could you imagine? Zero says lactose intolerant people sure do love self-harm in the form of dairy. Well, it's that there's a lot of good dairy products out there, you know, like ice cream and stuff. People like dairy. And also, there was a time where it was, and I think it still technically is, like the food pyramid type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's actually recommended that you eat a certain amount of dairy, even if you are lactose intolerant. Apparently, kind of crazy. Even though there's like no like biological reason for that or anything. Zero says it's like that one chick who's allergic to shellfish who once a week eats a lobster in our car parked in front of a fast med. I've never heard of that lady, but that's crazy to me. I don't think I need anything that badly. If it's to the point where I need to like prepare for how fucked up my life is going to be after doing something, I think I'm just gonna not, personally. Like, the repercussions of me eating a small ice cream sandwich is basically 0, but if I eat 2 of them, apparently it's a fucking problem. So the answer is just don't eat 2 of them, right? Like, that's what I learned from that exchange. It's like, well, I'm not gonna stop eating them, but I will eat less because obviously I had 0 problems before. Zero says, I'm not risking my life for something I can't eat. There's so many tasty things out there. I guess it does have to depend on what the thing is specifically, but because there's like that tick, if you eat it, no, if the tick bites you, if the tick eats you, you can develop like an allergy to like meat or whatever. But even if I had to like swear off of meat today and forever, now and forever, or maybe it's just red meat, but doesn't matter. If I had to swear off of meat completely, I would just be fine eating vegetables and fruits. Like, there's plenty of vegetables and fruits that I like. So I feel like, honestly, I feel like there isn't a dietary restriction that I couldn't live within and be like, okay, personally. I think I'm pretty adaptable in that way. Even though I eat everything. Like, I have exactly 0 problems with like food, really. Chef says, my bad listening comprehension. Yeah, no, you're good. Not a big deal. I just see the media literacy crisis before my eyes. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. Chef says, that's wild. I'm not deadly allergic to lactose. I would never risk myself for that. Yeah, sure. It's fine. Chef says, I can eat cheese fine, but when I drink milk, it's bad stomach aches. Yeah. See, that sounds more in line. And like, I think ice cream should be in between milk and cheese or whatever, and like as long as you don't go crazy with cheese or whatever, you should be okay, even if you are lactose intolerant. But it depends on how bad it is for you as well, because everybody's different. Zero says, the Lone Star tick, I believe it makes you allergic to red meat like beef and pork. Is pork a red meat? I guess ham is red. Or like pink. But it's not like as red as beef is, you know what I mean? Chef says, I think it's just red meat as well. Yeah, that sounds right to me. I believe it. We are like nowhere near finished with this. Part of it is this shit is just like extremely fucking hot. Fresh out of the oven. Like fully. Also, the cheese stretch is unbelievable. I'm fucking 3 feet off my plate and it's still going. Like, I just want to take this bite. Damn it, please. Zero says, some parts of pork are called white meat, but it's still classified as red. Well, yeah. Because like chicken and turkey have white meat and dark meat, right? But is the dark meat on chicken and turkey red meat? No, right? It's just how veiny it is or whatever, right? I feel like the rules are inconsistent. But basically what you're saying is like, I want to say terrestrial creatures, but it's like what makes something red meat is that it has like legs, if that makes sense, like quadrupeds. And then like your birds and your fish are like white meat, I guess what they mean by red meat and white meat. Because it seems to me like the color of the meat isn't the thing that matters, because like salmon is as red as ham is, right? But I think they color salmon to be that way, actually. I think like maybe natural salmon is the color that you see it, but like the salmon that they sell at stores is not natural. They like well, it's natural in that they grow salmon, they farm them, but they have to color it after the fact to make it look the way that salmon is supposed to look, I guess, or salmon meat. In the same way that they make like oranges and stuff, those kinds of fruits like more vibrant looking in the grocery stores. This is a big plate. It's gonna take me so long to eat this. We're gonna miss like the first hour of stream. That's crazy. Is this part of the bug just gonna go away? Should I just delete this? Nobody wants to watch me eat food, weirdly? Like, not even watch me eat food? I mean, you're here. Hello. I guess I shouldn't say that, but you get what I'm saying? Like, does this need to be available for posterity, or is this for the conversation, the dinner time conversation? Because does people love Zatsudan? I don't know what that is. But I don't think that you're getting ASMR. So it means it's up to you? Yeah, obviously it's up to me. You didn't need to tell me that. Chef says we're not missing anything. We're watching you eat food. Just eat the food. What do you mean by that? Just eat the food. Zero says dinner time with Panda. It is actually, for once. Mika says it's like a slice of live stream. It's just eating and chatting and bullshitting. So like just chatting is what you're saying. You use a whole ass Japanese word to just say just chatting, bro. Zero says the panda filler episode wasn't in the manga. Real. I don't know. Filler episodes. I feel like people don't realize how good filler episodes can be. I think that people think when you say filler episode, what comes to mind is the 100 episodes of Naruto in between the fucking Sasuke retrieval arc and the start of Shippuden or whatever. When filler doesn't have to be that, and also filler can be like truly substantive and good, and not even in the way that like, what is it, G8 or whatever in One Piece is, that people love that filler, which I don't know anything about myself, but I know that it has a reputation of being much beloved. But I mean, like, literally just having an episode where we talk about a character, or have characters that never interact with each other in a way that doesn't affect the canon in any way, like it doesn't pay back later, like that can still be an interesting, fulfilling experience. What matters isn't if there is filler or that it is filler, it's if it's bad. That's what really matters here. Zero says some of the Dragon Ball filler episodes and movies are beloved, like Piccolo and Goku getting their license. Yeah, some people love that shit. And it's like, it's okay for silly shit to happen in your show, and it's okay for that silly shit in your show to not be in the manga and also to not matter later, right? Like, you could just have funny things that happen and interesting things that happen to the characters, especially if it informs you of what is something that is true to the character, right? If you learn about the character's personality in a way that isn't like directly like paid off in the future, but also isn't contradicted by anything in the future, it's just supplementary material at that point. So does filler only becomes an issue when you have to wait years with just filler, then it gets bad? Maybe I don't know. I feel like people fucking hate filler, like to a degree that they're missing out on what can make something good, right? Because if you have a show that's all gas, no brakes, you literally will not know the characters that are in the show very well, because you don't experience what they're like in their downtime, with like, you know, what they're like when they're not fighting a dramatic, you know, world-ending threat, because they are supposed to be in some way characters or whatever. Zero says, I wouldn't even say bad. It's just tiring. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is all gas, no brakes. I don't know too much about JoJo's. I know people like it, but I haven't seen it or anything. I was planning on like reading it through at some point or watching it. I never actually went about doing that though. I stopped watching anime a long time ago, and that's part of the reason. Zero says JoJo is 100% an ADHD coded show. Well, see, like, one thing that's like pretty funny to me is like some people are like such like almost like literalists when it comes to like something being filler or something being like not in the manga or whatever. There's a dance in JoJo's. I've seen the manga panels. I haven't read the manga, but I've seen the manga panels where there's like, it's literally like 3 poses in the dance in the manga. That's it. They're doing like this, they're doing this, they're doing that, right? That's the whole fucking dance. And in the anime, it's like a 2 or 3 minute piece where they're like a whole set piece where they're like doing this dance. Like, it's like a whole thing. And I'm thinking, I'm watching that, and I saw it on Twitter or whatever, but I'm watching that and I'm like, the people who say that One Piece's anime is too long would see this 3 minute dance and be like, oh my god, they're fucking padding out runtime. Like, what do they do? Why didn't they just show the 3 manga panels instead of doing this song, literal song and dance for me, for my entertainment? God, I can't believe they're padding out One Piece's anime so fucking much. No wonder it's 1,000 episodes. And I'm like, brother, like, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to read the manga, just read the fucking manga. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to experience beat for beat moments, you know, images that are connected with in-betweens and frames and songs, you know what I mean? Like, you're watching a fucking anime, brother. Like, there's gonna be some stuff that they add. Because you can't just have a series of fixed images that are the manga, because you get just the manga then. Like, what are we talking about? I can't believe they lingered on this manga panel to read the text to me when I can read in my mind faster than they can speak. It's like, that's what they fucking sound like to me. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, so those people are just want a slideshow with small animations? I don't know what the fuck they want. I genuinely don't get it. As someone who hasn't watched the One Piece anime, because I'm not interested in watching it, the manga is right there. Everything that you need for One Piece is in the manga. It's right there. And if you wanted to get through it as fast as possible, the manga is by far the best way. There's no doubt that you can get literally everything that matters as quickly as possible. Now, if you like anime, you don't like reading manga, then, you know, figure out your own shit. I'm not interested in, you know, guiding your hand. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But for me, the answer is obvious, right? And some people, man, like, you just can't make some people happy no matter what. I just don't get it. Like, there was another thing that I saw. It was like a Twitter side-by-side. Like, this is specifically targeted like at One Piece. Like, dead in my crosshairs is One Piece, which is supposed to be the solution that removes all of the filler from One Piece, but keeps everything that's like manga important or whatever. And there's like a whole sequence where Yamato is like connecting what is happening to them before their eyes with their own experiences and the experiences of our protagonist Luffy. And it's a set piece that takes probably 2 minutes, so it's not very long at all. I saw it on fucking Twitter as a video, right? Like, it's just not that long, where it shows the parallels between those two characters. And that's not a thing that happens in the manga. However, to say that that has no value is fucking insane. First of all, it's beautifully animated. That's number one. Number two, the soundtrack is fucking slapping. And it's like telling you something that's like definitely not important necessarily, but it's like enlightening. It's connecting these two characters with these ideas and like through lines and themes. Like, it's a great thing that happens, and just because it doesn't happen in the manga, it's fucking trash, I guess. Like, you just completely skip that. Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. Those people, some of those people need Jesus. I don't know. I can't help them. I can tell you that. Yours is the afternoon I started reading One Piece. I got to chapter 134. The One Piece manga doesn't feel as daunting as the anime. Yeah, you could get through. I don't remember how long it took me to get through the entire manga, and also what chapter it was at. It might have been at like 700, 800 when I caught up. But it took me like, I want to say like 2.5 months reading the manga, just like casually. And instead of watching anime, I was reading manga or whatever for the time that I was catching up. All right, Kobe, enjoy your nap later, man. But it did not take me very long to catch up to the modern One Piece manga. Now, obviously, it's been another 300 chapters, but, you know, tack on another month or whatever. Like, yeah, that's a sizable amount of time, but like, you could do it in way less time if you just wanted to. If the thing that you wanted to do with your, I don't know how much time you have to spare in a day, but your 5 hours a day that you have free time or whatever, you could crush a manga even as big as One Piece, because most of it isn't even all. Like, as you go further into One Piece, there becomes more and more text. The text density is really dialed up since like Whole Cake-ish, somewhere in there. But that being said, it's still a shonen anime, shonen manga, where like it's very much light on the like dialogue, that kind of thing. Generally, it's mostly spectacle and, you know, movement or whatever. Not nearly as much as like Bleach. You could probably read all of Bleach in like one day. Similar with like Dragon Ball, you could get through probably like all of Dragon Ball in like one day, like very possibly, maybe a little more than that. But like the amount of spectacle that those have, and it like is relative to the amount of like dialogue, for example, that like One Piece, especially later One Piece has, is like night and day. And that's mostly what manga is, right? Like you're looking at the pictures, like understanding what it is that you're seeing, but most of your time is actually spent reading the dialogue itself, I would say, depending on how much dialogue there is, obviously. Zero says, usually I read a manga and then just watch the fight scenes I want to see animated. That's what I did with Attack on Titan. Yeah, that makes sense. People are very, very excited for some of the more recent stuff in One Piece. And One Piece's animation, like, is, you know, topping charts or whatever with like fight sequences and shit nowadays. Like people are really, really excited for how well One Piece is animated, which is funny to me because it never really was about that in my time with the show, as far as like watching it. And also, you know, it was a much more recent thing for me that people started popping off with, like, you know, the animation specifically. It just never really mattered to me very much. And that goes for all anime as well. Like I would be just as happy reading a manga as watching an anime 99% of the time. I like the music, but most of the time I don't notice the music unless it's like a dedicated set piece just for you to experience the music. Zero says Toei's always going to be the best of the best when it comes to fight scenes. In terms of polish, it exceeds Mappa. I'm not sure. I like the modern One Piece art style quite a lot with regards to the anime. Back in the day, I didn't really care too much for it. I like how iconic it looks. It definitely stands out. But that's mostly down to Oda's art style than it is the like anime's art style in particular. Whereas nowadays, the anime definitely has its own like grittiness, punchiness, like the impact frames and shit. Like they're very clearly doing their own thing as far as like art goes. You don't really see shit like that in the manga, at least not as much, I guess, because, you know, every sequence in the every single punch, you know what I mean, in the anime has that kind of like, you know, grittiness and like loose, like chasing action or whatever, whereas the manga just doesn't have. It'll have impact frames, but it doesn't have like that for the entire fight, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot less going on in the manga generally. I feel like I've had to piss a lot today. Not sure what's going on. Might be dying. I say this because I literally just pissed and I feel like I've got to go again. Crazy. Zero says all this and Amazon can't spare more than a crumb of Invincible's animation budget. Oh, Zero's also been pissing. Maybe we've got the same thing. Maybe we're both dying. Yeah, I haven't seen Invincible. I know that people like it though. I think Savage watched it. God, there's so much cheese. Did I use too much cheese? Or did I use the right amount of cheese? I feel like breadcrumbs would enhance this dramatically. Like 40% or something. Zero says, I blame the collider getting shut down. CERN, I think it's called. Oh yeah, I know about CERN. Shout out to Steins Gate. The only reason I know about that, really. And Savage, I guess. Chef says there's never such thing as too much cheese. Chef, you are very wrong about that. You can definitely have too much cheese. I don't even like cheese that much. Chef says that Steins Gate was really good. I guess. I haven't seen Steins Gate Elite, but I like Steins Gate a good amount. I like the visual novel much better. My appreciation for the visual novel made it so that the anime hit like one notch lower or something like that. Hey, fictitious camo. We're eating. Hello. Zero says I love cheese, and I agree. There is there is such a thing as too much cheese. I haven't seen Steins Gate since I was a kid. Motherfucker, you're like 22. Like, don't act like you being a kid was so long ago. Like, bitch. Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, I think there's a newer season of Steins Gate. Like I said, Elite or whatever. I don't know anything about that one. But yeah, the original Steins Gate, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, like probably a 9 out of 10. Pretty good. Zero says 12 years ago. Yeah, that sounds about right for me watching Steins Gate. Something like that. Yeah. But you got to understand, for someone like me, 12 years ago means that I was still an adult. You know what I mean? Like 12 years ago for you is a very different thing. You know what I mean? Zero says 12 years ago I was 11. Yeah, 12 years ago I was still paying taxes. You know what I mean? Like shit was not that different for me. You'll understand 12 years from now. When it's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. Like, oh yeah, that was a while ago, I guess. But, you know, day to day doesn't change very much. Not for me anymore. Well, that said, I don't know. Some things have happened more recently. But generally, you know what I mean? If you paint by broad strokes, day to day is very much the same for someone like me. Zero says time is meaningless, but you can't remember 60% of your life. I think that most people can't remember 60% of their life. Probably more than that, right? I mean, a third of your life is spent sleeping, right? So like 33% of it is gone guaranteed. But even if you were just talking about how much of your life you are awake for, you probably remember way less than 60% of it. You're probably at like 10 or 15% of your life that you know at any given moment, right? The things that you remember are like the highlights and the lowlights or whatever. Like most of the in between though, like there's no way you remember that shit, right? Like think about every time you've ever eaten food, right? Like if you eat food 3 times a day for say 30 minutes, that's an hour and a half of your life every day. Which is like, let's just say 1/24th. So like a little less than 5%, somewhere around 5% of your life dedicated just to eating food, right? You don't remember hardly any of those experiences. Like 5% of your life for sure is gone. Because you remember some meals, but you don't remember anywhere close to all of them. Not anywhere close to like 10% of them, right? Zero says my brain filters out the memories of eating ramen 3 times a week. I should probably eat ramen more often, to be honest. I've got some ramen noodles. It's very cheap. Zero says, hell, I just finished my Taco Bell box not an hour ago, and I couldn't tell you what I got other than the Baja Blast Zero. Named after yourself, obviously. But yeah, that's real. That's real. Is your homie, by the way, okay, Zero? What the fuck happened to my... What's going on? Did I pause this? That was weird. My stream died for a second from my perspective, but I didn't lose any frames. I sent you a tweet about your friend, one of your friends. I was like, hey, are they good? And you never, yeah. And you never got back to me about that. I feel like it's like question mark for me. And you were like, oh yeah. And that was kind of like it. It was like, huh? Should I be concerned? I mean, again, not really someone I know, but I figured I'd follow up at least. Hmm. Yeah, family drama isn't really that big a deal usually. Like, it can matter a lot and it can be very stressful. And I don't know what her living situation is, obviously. If she's living with them, then it's a lot worse. But if you're an adult, right, living on your own, family drama is like, you can kind of just like turn it off. You know what I mean? You can kind of just like close the blinds to the family drama and just like live your life for a while and just wait for the rumblings to die down. Wait for the heat to go off in the kitchen, you know what I mean? And then you can engage with them again. And Zero says, that's how I've been doing it. Yeah, no shit. Like, to some degree, it's definitely not great, depending on, you know, various multiple factors or what have you. But a lot of that stuff just doesn't matter if you're living on your own. Yo, Screen Ride, what's up, dude? Zero says, if there's family drama, I simply don't interact for a month or two. My monkeys, but not my circus. Yeah, I feel that. Vector's just Camo says, vibe my way out of family drama. 100%. Because, like, even if it involves you, usually you could just, like, ignore it. Because unless somebody's, like, actively dragging you into the shit, you know what I mean? Like, if you just don't comment on it, like, the people that are upset will kind of just have to move on. You know what I mean? It's really hard to fight somebody who's not fighting back. Because first of all, it's just exhausting after a while. It's like, they're not even fighting back. What am I doing? Zero says, I can't get into the middle of drama, otherwise I emotionally dissociate and then get nothing but cold, harsh facts and logic. Sometimes that's what you need, though. Sometimes. Usually drama is like emotion-based, if that makes sense. It comes from an emotional place rather than like a cold, fact-based perspective. And you're not going to solve somebody's emotions with facts and logic. That doesn't really help. They will not be swayed. You're not going to convince them to not be angry. It doesn't really work that way. At least not in my experience. Maybe somebody else has got a better sway over emotions than I do. I mean, certainly someone does. Zero says, like when my aunt passed away, everything was pure chaos and I just shut off and started going through her phone, which found evidence. Huh. Yeah. That's alarming. Evidence, huh? Zero got the person who gave her laced weed arrested because the last text they said was, how's that shit hitting, girl? Handed it to the police and they took care of it. That's crazy. How's that shit hitting? It fucking killed her. Jesus Christ. Problems we wouldn't have if weed was just a legally moderated administrated drug. You know what I mean? They just sold that shit at gas stations. The tobacco death sticks do absolutely kill, but over a much longer time span, and we all agree that it's fine. You know what I mean? Zero says, if I was running more than 20% functionality during that time, I would have 100% sent back. Well, you see, it fucking killed her. No, that would have just tipped them off. You did exactly what needed to be done. Just send that straight to the fucking police. Let them handle it. As far as, you know, like effective outcomes and all that. God, I love broccoli. So good. I mentioned breadcrumbs, but also rice. Rice could be good for this too. Zeros is like, yeah, she was a single parent, but you know, you killed my aunt. So off you go to the forever box. Damn. Yeah, the single parent situation is not fun. It's supposed to be that like two parent households have like hugely better outcomes or whatever for like kids, but much more so the whole like spare parent situation. You know what I mean? It is nice if something terrible happens, you know. Well, I've still got the one. Chef says a bean casserole. That's the third type of casserole I've heard of. Didn't you say green bean casserole? So just like without the green, just like a fucking baked bean casserole? Is that what you're talking about? I'm going back up. I don't remember the casserole conversation that well, but I thought you said green bean casserole. Which is like definitely different, I guess, than a bean casserole. But like, you get what I'm saying? It's like they're also very similar. When the fuck were we talking about casseroles? I fully don't see it. I just went all the way back to the beginning of the fucking stream. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was a little bit after. I can probably see it if I look. Chef says there's a bean casserole, then a green bean casserole, and then a hash brown casserole. I don't remember mentioning the hash brown, but I might have just missed that in your earlier message. Zero says you can turn anything into casserole. Yeah, the thing that makes it a casserole is the dish, right? The like deep dish glassware or whatever. It can be ceramic, but you get what I'm saying. Like, that's what makes it a casserole. It's like the thing that you put it in. Zero says the Pyrex plate. Yeah. So it's sometimes not actually Pyrex. That's a brand name or whatever. I got the hiccups. I'm dying. Oh yeah, there it goes. I'm dying. Chef says I should make a meat lover skillet tomorrow. Is that like just the toppings of the pizza? That's crazy. Zero says you can do breakfast casserole, which has scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and hash browns in it. Sure. Vectitious Camo says I miss old Pyrex. It lasted forever. Does new Pyrex not last forever? No. I've never had one of those things stop. Like, what happens? Does it just like get a crack in it or something? Like, what makes it stop lasting? Taku's saying that it's planned obsolescence. New stuff is made easier and breaks faster than old stuff. I'm sorry, has a tendency to make easier to break. So not quite what he said, but it's very similar. Fictitious Camo says they changed their glass mix, so now I've had newer ones shatter or break while the older ones I still have from my grandma. I bought all my stuff in my kitchen is like brand new. I have two Pyrex kind of things. I haven't used either of them that much though. I probably used the older one that I have like 30 or 40 times or whatever, and the newer one I think I just used for the first time today. So I don't know how much mileage you get out of it before it breaks, but I also don't do that much cooking, obviously. Zero says, I remember in the early 2000s, Pyrex plates could hit the floor and shrug it off. New ones crack if you look at it wrong. Yeah, I don't like throw my shit around that much is kind of the thing. I don't know if I, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't seem like that big of a problem to me, but all right, fair enough. Zero says, I usually hold my breath for like a minute 30 and it gets rid of the hiccups. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. They go away quickly. I'm good now. Zero says, it's not profitable to make unbreakable shit. Yeah, generally, it's true. Zero says, I don't either, but you know, sometimes stuff falls. Nah, me never. I was washing dishes. Well, actually, no, I wasn't even washing dishes. I was cutting the chicken into smaller, bite-sized pieces of chicken. And one of the spatulas that I had on the table that I was using with my cutting board fell off of the table, so I threw it straight into the sink for later washing. Fictitious Camo says the old Pyrex was a different glass mix, as well as was tempered, so it would withstand heating and cooling better. The new ones have stresses and they break. I get it, but dang. I don't know. I feel like you should be able to buy older stuff if you pay the money for that older stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I get it if you buy a cheaper one that is thus going to break easier. But if you're getting, you know, the like TM Pyrex or whatever, because you want the quality of, you know, TM Pyrex, you should get something that won't just like explode. I mean, part of the reason that you even want that shit is so that you can put it in the oven. So like if the heating and cooling is a problem, like that's a really big problem. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's supposed to be for. That's why I need it to go into the fucking oven and to come out of the oven for me to like not fucking explode. You know what I mean? Like if I put that shit in an oven at fucking 350, 400 degrees, I think 450 is too high for it, but somewhere in there, right? And I put it, or take it out of the oven and put it onto my stove in the room temperature ass kitchen, and it cracks because the cooling was too fast. That's a real fucking problem. You know what I mean? Like that's a design failure. You, Pyrex, have failed to give me the product that I need it to do. Like I shouldn't need an offboarding process for my fucking Pyrex. I mean, arguably, yeah, you can do that. Just leave it in the fucking oven and let the oven cool down. But like, I want the food now, actually. Zero says, my reflexes are usually good enough to catch things I drop before they hit the ground, but I'm not fully awake or locked in. There's a chance I instead catapulted into the wall. Yeah, that's the way it goes. It's a 50-50 there. Screw Knight says, I used to have a Pyrex casserole dish. While we are on the subject, my friend's mom left it on top of the stove with the burner on, and that bitch exploded. Yeah. They only go so hot. You can't just crank that shit up to max or whatever. You know what I mean? You could probably have it on a burner on like low or whatever. I don't know what temperature medium gets to, and it might also vary based on your range. But like if the burner's red hot, it's probably way too hot for a Pyrex dish, even like a good old one, because they're just not meant to be used that way. I mean, they're not supposed to have heat directly applied to them to begin with, but especially not, you know what I mean? Like full blast, like that's probably way too hot for them, period. But yeah, you gotta be careful. I remember one time somebody was making a grilled cheese sandwich on a skillet, and they finished making the grilled cheese sandwich, and they forgot to turn off the burner. But also the spatula that they had used to like scrape the grilled cheese out, they just left in the skillet because they figured that they had turned the burner off or whatever. So there was just a science experiment of like half of a spatula and a pool of plastic inside of the skillet. Like that's not. Is your spatula finished cooking yet? I feel like you probably should turn this shit off, dude. Zero says my aunt was cooking hard-boiled eggs, fell asleep, and about 3 hours later the eggs became grenades of sulfur. That is fucking awesome. Hard-boiled eggs? So like she fell asleep to like boiling water, and when she came back they just fucking exploded out of their shells, I guess? That's crazy. I have no idea what would happen to boiled eggs after you continue applying heat to them, but I guess it's not gonna be good. I didn't realize they would become popcorn. So it sounds like a skillet issue. Yeah, true. They forgot a little bit. Zero says, nah, she didn't come back to him. I was on my PC at like 3 a.m. and those bitches started blowing up. The whole kitchen stank of sulfur. Why did the eggs smell bad? I don't understand. How the fuck does that happen? One time I was gonna try to use my rice cooker to make tea. This is recent, very recently, right? So I just put water into my rice cooker because I was just gonna boil it like a kettle, right? And I turned it on and I was like, okay, now when this is done, I'm gonna put the water into a cup that can hold the tea bag, and it's going to become, the hot water is going to become tea. That's how tea works, right? So I plunged it, right? I did my rice cooker thing. I was like, you go ahead and boil this. And then I went upstairs and forgot about it and eventually went to sleep. And when I woke up, I came back downstairs and I saw that my rice cooker was still plugged in. And inside there was just like a film of like whatever fucking salts and fucking fluorine they put into my water supply. Just a film inside the little rice cooker reservoir. I was like, God damn it. That's not supposed to be. And it didn't just rinse out either. I actually had to like properly clean the rice cooker reservoir in order for it to like go back to looking the way that it's supposed to. There's this starch left over from previous rice. No, it wasn't. It was very clearly the water line of just water. Like whatever was in the water itself, I'm pretty sure. And it wasn't like salt or anything like that. It wasn't like as if I poured some salt into it. No, it was just a very thin, like whitish film or whatever. I don't know what it is. I haven't tested my water. I got a report recently that said your water is good. Don't worry, it's fully drinkable. There's not that much copper or fucking PFAS in it. You're fine. But I haven't actually done my own independent test on it. I probably will one day, but actually it can be expensive depending. Zero says because they were cooked for 3 hours. I don't think that cooking eggs should make them smell like sulfur, though, right? Burnt shit doesn't smell like sulfur. Saku says, I forgot to put water in the microwavable mac and cheese when I was a kid. Nakatata says, me too. I've never made microwavable mac and cheese before. I don't know anything about that. Good to know. That sounds horrifying. Saku says, they were like a minute in. I took it out and they were glowing orange. So I put it under the faucet and opened the cold water to full crank. There was a noodle smoke smell for 2 weeks. That's awesome. Oh my god, dude. Glowing orange mac and cheese. Oh no. Shit looks like a fucking, like you're smelting like a blacksmith. That's not good. Zero says leftover starch from the previous rice. Yeah, no, it wasn't that. Zero says my uncle's kitchen still has a slight undertone smell of burnt egg. That's awesome. I wonder if my kitchen smells like anything. Like everybody's house has like a smell or whatever. And it mostly has to do with like cleaning products and stuff like that. And if you smoke and things like that. Obviously there's historical moments like, you know, the burnt egg smell at Zero's uncle's house. But you get what I'm saying, where like everybody's house has a smell, but you'll never really know what your house smells like because your house smells like you. You smell like your house probably, right? And by virtue of that, you'll never really know what your own house smells like. You can only experience other people's house smell. Zero says, my kitchen smells like garlic and onion because they usually go in my dinners. Yeah, I seasoned the chicken in this dish with garlic and salt and onion powder and some MSG. And honestly, and pepper and oregano. And honestly, I don't really taste it. I guess I didn't do enough. I probably did enough salt, to be honest. But everything else, like I probably could have gone like double and it would have been okay. But that's kind of something that I've always been worried about whenever I season stuff. Chef says MSG. Boo, yo. Zero says, I'm surprised you can't taste the MSG, brother. Zero says, that's usually all I can taste, brother. Chef says, nephew panda knows the good stuff. Fucking nephew, you're not that young or not that much older than me. I'm not that young. There is an age gap between us, but it is not that significant. Just as, have you not seen Uncle Roger? Doesn't sound familiar. I don't know. Maybe. I saw that video you posted the other day. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I've never had somebody call me Neff, as in short for nephew. But definitely have had, let me tell you something. The older black people in my life have definitely been, let me tell you something. Jeff says I'll link to one of his shorts. Okay. I'll probably check it out later. Probably not now. We're almost done with food. We've got like 4 bites. There's this fucking gigantic fucking broccoli that I'm gonna eat right now. And it's fucking up my bite calculus. Like I can't tell how much food is left because there's one fucking awkward ass bite. Zero says if someone calls me Neff, I'm assuming it's a new slur. Just short for nephew. Chef says the uncle video. Yeah, exactly. Fictitious Gamma says the older line I heard. The other line I heard a lot growing up was, "Let me put you on this." Yes, put you on to something. Yeah. I still hear that, but that's probably because people are old. I had to like Victor just came up and fixed it, but I had to like apply the fix in the right place. I wasn't ready for that. It took a couple seconds for me. I really had to process search it. God damn, it takes me a long time to eat food. Holy shit. Zero says, I learned recently that CHUD is an acronym for Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dweller. That's not true. It might be a backronym, but it wasn't originally that. No fucking way. Victor just came out and says, I was tippy typing too fast. It's fine. You're good. I got there. Sometimes my dumbass can't get it unless you spell it out for me. So do be patient with me. Or don't, you know, you can make fun of me for getting it wrong. That's fine too. I won't be upset. I mean, I might be upset a little bit, but I'll get over it eventually. I usually do. My spoon isn't big enough for this bite that I want to have. Damn it. It's 2 different bites now. Do you guys plan your bites when you're eating food? Because there's like 2 philosophies. Well, 3. There's 3 major philosophies when it comes to eating food, I think. You got the random maxer, where they just take whatever they get. It's just one spoonful after the other, you know what I mean? They're just going at it, whatever. There's like the planner, where the idea is, imagine like a cheeseburger, right? So the cheeseburger is not a homogeneous dish, right? You got your condiments on that shit. You got the meat, the cheese, the bread. And the meat and the cheese and the bread, those should be pretty homogeneous. Every bite should be about the same for that, right? But the condiments might be a little bit off, so you gotta like, it depends on how well you like build the sandwich, right? But then you also got like lettuce and tomato and pickles, for example, right? And if you don't approach the sandwich, if you don't consume the sandwich with the right technique, with the right tempo, with the right pacing in mind, you know what I mean? If you haven't activated your entire brain, you may end up with some bites of your sandwich, especially the last few bites, not having any pickle or any tomato, right? So the planner wants the last bites to have everything in it, right? You should have the mustard, the mayo, the ketchup, the tomato, pickles, everything. Everything is in that last bite. So the last bite is peak, right? That's another way that you could eat food. The third way is exactly the opposite, where instead of having the last bite be the best, they want every bite that they have to be the best possible bite. So, and when you take that best possible bite, the new, whatever's left, was the second best possible bite, but now it's the best possible bite because you had it. It's gone. It's gone now. The best possible bite's removed. I like the third method the best because you're always, you know, drilling down. But if you live life this way, that means that whenever you have food, like a meal and dessert, you eat the dessert first, which I think is correct, by the way. I stand by this. If you give me a cheeseburger, fries, and a slice of cake, I'm going to eat that cake 100% before I eat anything else. And I'm going to eat the fries last. Why? Because the fries are great. Don't get it twisted. But they're only really, really, truly good when they're hot. So I might have one, right? One or two. But then the burger is going to be way better the whole time, right? So I'm going to go cake, burger, fries. Basically guaranteed. And that's just the way it goes. Chef says, I don't plan my bites. I just chomp food. You'll get there one day. Don't worry. You'll understand. You'll understand when you have, like, let's see, like peak. Let's say instead of cake, it was ice cream, right? There's no way you're randomly eating cheeseburger, fries, ice cream, because the ice cream is going to fucking melt. And that is unacceptable. Those are unacceptable living circumstances. You know what I mean? Ice cream sludge is not correct. It's edible, but it is not correct, right? Like, you're definitely crushing that ice cream first. Now, at that point, it is on the person who gave you the ice cream alongside this hot ass food, because they presented you with like your colds and your hots together. That's fucked up, to be honest. Like, you shouldn't be in that situation. But nonetheless. Chef says, I knew a guy who would eat fries first. He called them the appetizers. Yeah, appetizers are a thing, and french fries are kind of an appetizer, to be honest. But I'm good. I'm good on that. First of all, the potatoes, the french fries, are like the cheapest part of the meal, far and away. And they're also like the most reheatable part of a meal. If you're gonna have something left over from a meal of ice cream, cheeseburger, french fries, the french fries will be almost as good if you throw those motherfuckers into like a toaster, or not a toaster, a toaster oven or an oven or an air fryer, right? It'll be almost as good as when they were first made. That cheeseburger can be made to be almost as good, but you got to disassemble it and reassemble it and like cook it separately and shit. Like, there's just no way that that's going to happen. The ice cream is fully not safe after a certain amount of time. Like, when the ice cream makes it to like room temperature or whatever, it's fully not safe to eat anymore. Like, there is no preserving that. Like, if it stops being cold enough after a certain point, it literally is now a food hazard. It is now breeding bacteria, like, actively. So to me, again, the answer is obvious. Like, no way are the french fries ever first, and under no circumstances. It doesn't happen for me. But obviously, you can do what you want. It's your food. I don't give a shit. But I'm just saying, for me, there's an obvious answer here. Damn, I should have just started stream late. I didn't realize how long this was going to take. I'm almost done now, though. And I should go fucking piss again. I gotta go piss, get a drink, and then piss again, and then come back. Just as now you're fine, keep eating. This is fun. Right, guys? We're having fun. Why did you sound like you're the fucking cops? What the fuck is that? Fictitious Camo says, hubby and I tend to get ice cream to eat on the way home with our hot food, or we get it in bulk for the freezer. In bulk is probably correct. I'll probably go with in bulk as much as I can. Because you can get like those fucking 3-gallon buckets at like a grocery store. Shit is extremely cheap and more than satisfactory as far as ice cream is concerned for me. I'm not like a picky ice cream bitch. You know what I mean? I don't need like Ben and Jerry's or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's good. Don't get it twisted. But like, bottom of the barrel ice cream is more than good enough for your boy. That's all that I'm saying. Chef says, I don't know, man. I was just trying to have someone back me up. God, that does sound like I'm the cops. Hello, fellow kids. Yeah, see, I'm telling you. You're fucking fed, dude. Yeah, I'm not saying it because it's untrue. Oh. For Midnight Walk enjoyers. Which I'm sure you already know because you would have seen me play Midnight Walk. But nonetheless, my VOD, I fixed it. So last time when I was playing the Midnight Walk, I didn't press record because I'm a fucking dumbass. And like, I don't know, it was like 3/4 of the way through, my internet died. And I was like, ah, fuck, the whole VOD's gone. But no, because the first part of the VOD was still up because my internet was fine, right? So I was able to get that part, and I like cut it down and mixed it up and did the whole thing in the video editor. And the end of it, when I did press record, was also fine because I remembered to do that. And the middle part, I just did like a little 12-minute let's play, a little off stream let's play of me redoing the little 12-minute segment that ended up being missing. It was like a 9-minute segment that I made into 12 minutes or whatever, but like there's some exclusive VOD content available. You will only see if you're a VOD watcher. It's not that compelling. I did try the snow segment again. Like I went through the whole fucking snow, close your eyes through the fucking darkness segment, and I fucking hated it or whatever. Then I beat the rest of the game, and then I went back to see what was missing or whatever, and I replayed that segment for the let's play, if you will. And it was way easier that time. Way easier. Like I said, net it was like 12 minutes long. And that was including, you know, all the stuff that came after or whatever. So the VOD is complete. I went back and did it for posterity. VOD watchers, rejoice, revel in your grandeur, your splendor. And I was a lot less upset the second time as well. I don't know why I was getting my ass beat the first time. Genuinely, I could not fucking do it the first time. But, you know, given it a second chance, it didn't seem that bad, to be honest. I think you could just use your eyes to like follow the thing as well, which is silly. Like you see the motherfucker just run in a direction, and you just follow the direction that he's running. He's going straight to the thing that he goes to. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to like close your eyes and like fucking wonder where he went. Like you can just fucking follow him. So realistically, it's also on me. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I lost a mushroom. I lost it. It's gone. That's a fucking tragedy. I realize now that my pinned message and my stream title makes it seem like I'm definitely playing Skyrim. But given what you see on the stream and that stuff, it's like, what kind of fucking weirdo eating challenge does this guy have? What the fuck does Legendary Ultimate Iron Man mean for eating chicken divan? That doesn't make any fucking sense. All right. We're finished eating. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to be right back one more time. I'm going to go piss. We're going to go get water. I'll be right back. I'm going to take care of this dish as well. But then we will be truly playing video game. So for now, I will leave you with an ad break. Unfortunately, I will be leaving you with an ad break. But I will be back. Don't worry. Okay. And I'm gone. Hello, I'm back for the last time, probably. All right, let's get into it. Let's play video game.